I'm filming on the new sofa. If you haven't seen the home updates video, that was my last video and I suggest you watch it, it's a good one. But we're here for a weight loss video, so shut up about your sofa for once in your life. I'm obsessed, okay, I'm sorry. This has been my most requested video ever and I'm terrified to film it. I have actually filmed this before, I'm refilming it. I'm not politically correct enough, I don't think, but I want to tell you how I honestly lost weight without being cancelled. But on a serious note, I'm just talking about how I, emphasis on me, lost weight. I am into self-deprecating humour. So again, I'm talking about me. This isn't about you. Stop making it all about yourself, right? So if I say, for instance, I was a fat tubby little bitch, and you're like, oh my god, I'm the same size as you, or I'm bigger than you, and you're a fat tubby little bitch. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about me. Remember, everyone has their own personal preferences on how they like themselves, and not even about physically, how they look, aesthetically, how I felt. I felt like a fat tubby little bitch. Getting up off the sofa and walking to get more food from the fridge was hard. I'm jealous of people that can gain more weight and look nice and carry it well. I don't. Did you see how big my head was? I've got a bone to pick with you all, because why was you seeing my head grow at rapid rates? You looked at a full moon and you could have been looking at me, and no one thought to tell me that when I was eating Domino's from my bed for breakfast, maybe that was a bad idea, Jess. Who should be cancelled here, me or you? I see other people doing disclaimers for like calorie talk and stuff like that, so disclaimer for all that stuff, all of the above. Anything bad that could offend you, I'm probably going to say, so it's been lovely talking to you, but I think you better leave right now. So before I get into it, just so you know, this isn't even at my biggest, but this is a before, couple of before photos, and this is what I look like now, / at the end of last year, and I think I've lost, I didn't weigh myself at my heaviest, but I think I've lost about 2.5, 3 stone. And here's how I did it and all the other stuff. Now we're done with the disclaimers and I've stopped sweating. Let's talk about a little background. I feel like you need a backstory, a little weight history kind of thing. So I'm 5'3", I'm petite, I've got a small frame and do not gain weight well. My whole life I'd say I've been fairly small, but I've always loved my food. Food is a highlight of my life. It still is. Will remain that way until I die. And I've always believed in balance, but I always had boundaries. Those were little things that I didn't even realise I did, like I didn't eat past a certain time. And I was always just very aware of my eating and I was very in tune with my body. I wasn't just stuffing myself until I felt so bloated and then just carried on eating. I was very just self-aware, and there's somewhere along the line the self-awareness dropped. I don't think weight on scales necessarily matters. I'd say I was always around 9.5 stone, and ever since I was a teenager I was fairly active. I've always exercised. I had my Wii Fit phase. Does anyone else remember being told they were obese by their Wii Fit board? Same. And I've always just done my little workouts, little home workouts, always. And then when I was 20, there's something on my lip. When I was 20, I started working in a really active job, and I was also exercising a little bit every day when I'd get home, and if I didn't do it one day, it didn't matter, so I'd probably averaging like 5 days a week working out. I started working in an office job, I can't remember how old I was, and that's when I started gaining weight, but it wasn't nothing drastic. I was probably hitting around the 10 stone mark now. And then I went from working out regularly to regularly sporadically, all the way up until we get to lockdown 2020, the best year of my life. Tell me why I thought I was going to get in the best shape I've ever been in my life, but instead I was filming Instagram stories like this.
Yeah, I'm cooking myself dinner. Nutella. I didn't even bother toasting it. I just shoved it on the bread and stuffed it in my mouth. Oh, and yeah, I cut off some bits of cheese because I needed that whilst I'm cooking dinner. Send help, I'm an actual savage. I genuinely had such high hopes of coming out of this with like the best body I've ever had. I'm not even saying it, I can't say it with a straight face. Who the friggin' hell am I kidding? No, but I could if I just stopped eating cheese. Straight off the block.
You keep that chin up, yeah? All 3 of them.
I mentioned I had food boundaries, and one of them was always that takeaways I very rarely had. Just because I'm not really that massive big of a fan of them. Like, I'll have the odd Indian, love pizza, but again, just aware I can't eat loads of pizza. In lockdown, what else did I have other than food?
I've got nothing left.
In lockdown, I decided to make takeaways a 2 to 3 time a week thing because I had no other source of happiness apparently. I didn't even like Domino's before 2020. Why am I eating Domino's now? And apparently those little sauces, they're like 500 calories. I was eating more than one. I've never really been one for like, oh, we'll have a takeaway night, because why am I going to set up an unhealthy habit every single week? If you like to do that, then you do you. Again, I said I'm talking about me, not you. And I was still doing workouts. It didn't matter because I was eating so much that I could have worked out for 2 hours a day and it wouldn't have been enough. Like, I'm 5'3", I don't need that much food. Was I even hungry? No.
I think the biggest thing that was making me gain weight was the takeaways, and actually think that if you look at why you gained weight, it will help you lose the weight. And I've just gone back to what I used to do. It was working for me, and that is have a takeaway once every 2 months or something like that. Takeaway could be anywhere, like a pizza with sides, could be anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 calories. That is like 2 days worth of food in one evening. Because I'm not here saying eat healthy all the time. I love a snack. I buy little like club bars and little lunchbox snacks. So if I have 2, it's not a big deal. And I've been snacking and eating like that through the entire time I've lost weight. But I haven't had a Domino's every week. So get rid of Deliveroo. You don't need it. You don't. Also, I found that after I've stuffed my face with pizza, I would then have like less respect for myself and what I eat. So I would just be like, meh, and I'll just carry on eating. Oh, you want a block of cheese before your dinner? Go on then. Nutella on toast? Yeah, fuck it, why not? You've already had a whole pizza. Do you know what I mean? It's like a domino effect. Dominoes, domino, it's true. Another thing I want to say is over the last 3 months, I actually have had a few takeaways. But guess who didn't stuff her face with a large pizza all to themselves and a side? Me. Couple of slices is all I needed. I just got into the habit of indulging. I didn't need to do it, and nor do you.
But I didn't actually realise how much weight I was gaining. I couldn't see it. This is the part that plays into my confidence now, which I'll go into later. This might be controversial, this is where I'm going to get cancelled. Personally, for me, this is what it did to me. You know the body positivity movement? Yeah, well, that made me think that eating Domino's 3 times a week was okay. Be happy in my unhealthy habits. That might not be what it's there for, but that's how I interpret, I can't say that word, you know the word. It made me have a careless attitude towards my body and food, and now I need to find a balance. As I'll talk about when I talk about the body confidence and the aftermath of losing weight, that was not it for me, and I felt like that just made me gain weight, actually.
It's all well and good saying eat what you like, love your body, but Sharon, I did that and I turned into a bowling ball. This might be an unpopular opinion, but I personally don't think self-love and loving yourself is stuffing your face with greasy Domino's.
I said what I said.
And like I said, I snack daily whilst losing weight. But these positive, love your body, eat what you want, you have that burger girl, trying to say is I also would have like a healthy omelette for lunch or a chicken wrap. But they missed that out. It's all positivity towards the McDonald's, but no balance. We need balance, darling. Fully in agreement that clothes size doesn't matter, because clothes are mad and sizing is inconsistent and clothes should fit our body. We're not fitting the clothes. However, when I was on this body positive side of life that was making me feel comfortable in my unhealthy habits, I was up 3 dress sizes, virgin on 4. And for my small body, at some point it was getting bad and unhealthy, and I was about to be rolled home. Please don't cancel me. Actually, fucking do it.
Obviously, I said I didn't realise I was gaining weight, but the moment I did realise is when I realised that I couldn't wear the clothes that I wanted anymore. Yeah, of course, I could have worn them outfits, but personally for me, I didn't feel comfortable in the clothes I actually wanted to wear. So the bit you've been waiting for, the how I lost the weight. So the first step in me losing weight was being bloody annoyed at myself, being so sick of myself. And this is where you've got to be self-aware, like how do you work as a person? Personally, for me, I do need a bit of anger. I need a bit of, there's nothing more motivating for me than being annoyed. That little naked frog. I was getting out of the shower and I was looking at myself and I was like, no. I was also sick of filming before videos. Do you know them before videos you take and then you take another one 3 months later and you're actually bigger than the before? So November 2021, I decided that I've ate so much that I probably am filled up till the following week. How about we just don't eat until we're hungry next? Until we're physically hungry, not mentally hungry. I think it was like a day later, I was hungry, so I ate. And then again, I didn't eat again till I was hungry. I didn't do breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks because my body didn't need breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. I think it had enough. And it was kind of like a little detox. And I don't really believe that our bodies are necessarily every single day meant to have breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. And I was going back to what I'd previously done my whole life. I'd spent 29 years not getting overweight and feeling physically unhealthy. So I wanted to go back to that, and I was just listening to my body. And I started working out again, and my rule was never to miss more than a day. So I'd do it on a Monday, I could miss a Tuesday, had to do it on a Wednesday. I stuck to it to the most part. I was mainly just doing YouTube workouts. It could be a 20-minute workout, it could be a half hour, it didn't matter. I just wanted to move my body in some sort of way. I literally just wanted to build back the exercising habit, re-establish all the boundaries I used to have with food. So I did that November, December and January, and I don't know how much weight I lost because I never had scales, but I could physically see that I was losing weight. And then in January, I went to renew my pill and they weigh you. And I thought, you know what? I want to start tracking this. So I brought scales and I started calorie counting, and I downloaded MyFitnessPal. For anyone that knows me knows that I've never really agreed with calorie counting. I'm just more of a lifestyle change kind of person. I don't like for now things with anything, but I needed to remind myself of calories and of food and just be more aware, because it's like I just forgot that eating a Domino's 3 times a week is probably way out of your calorie range and your body cannot take that. I wasn't extremely strict. I wasn't tracking every single thing I ate, and I was ranging from about, which everyone moans at and says, oh, it's just too low, but 1,200 to say 1,500 calories. And some days I was eating very little and maybe not even enough, but I wasn't hungry, so was it not enough? Saw a lot of weight loss in March, April and May, I'd say. That's like the biggest weight loss I was seeing. And then the exercise wasn't as consistent, but I switched from YouTube workouts and I started using the weights I got for Christmas, and I was doing more weight training, and I was doing it anywhere from once a week, twice a week. And then as it went into the summer, because I'm way more active in the summer, like I love going for walks and stuff like that, exercising did drop off. For some reason in summer, I've got this major issue of being inside, and I just itch to be outside. And that's when I slapped on YouTube and everything. So I just, for some reason, felt like I didn't have the time. I probably did. So throughout summer, workouts were rare, but I was still calorie counting and I was still losing weight. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't the healthiest sometimes in summer. Every day I was like, right, try and be healthier with the calories. Don't just consume snacks. In August, September sort of time, I just stopped the calorie counting altogether. I think at this point I was about 9.5 stone, but I still wasn't completely happy with my body. But I knew the calorie counting and stuff that wasn't working anymore. I just didn't think I needed to calorie count anymore, and I haven't needed to, because since then I have lost more weight. I just don't think living like that sustainable. I think the end of September, October time, I wanted to pick up regular working out again. So I was like, right, just start with the weight training exercise that I've been doing once a week. So I did that October, November, and I think at the end of November, beginning of December, I started doing twice a week. So just building the habit. And everyone always DMs me and asks me like, what did you do? What exercise are you doing? Like there's some formula to losing weight, but almost like a quick fix, when personally, I'm not a nutritionist, I'm not a PT. Don't you have to do that one course these days and everyone's a PT? That's none of my business. I focused on my nutrition for the weight loss, and obviously working out, that's going to help, but that was just like bonus loss. I'm doing the workouts to be a big butty gal, to get that bubble butt. Body yada 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 yada, body crazy groovy weight. If anything, for me, if I lose weight, too much weight, I'll be like, oh, I feel like a rat. And if I put on weight, I'm like, oh, I'm fat. There's never an in-between. I want to build muscle. I don't know, I just like my body better when I'm working out. Started doing twice a week, every Tuesday and Friday, without fail. After 2 months, it got to the point where I wasn't making excuses not to do the workout, because I think it's hilarious how easy we can make an excuse not to work out.
I was held at gunpoint with Junior Princess in South Africa.
Yeah.
My mum being told she was dying. My German Shepherd got killed on my driveway. My horse got killed outside my house on the dual carriageway. Harvey had a kidnap threat. Then I caught my husband cheating again.
I got to a point where I would be more upset if I couldn't work out like I wanted to. Into it now, the habits formed. I've now added Pilates to my workout routine, and I personally found that gradually building it up worked so much better for me than one Saturday at 11 PM being like, next week I'm going to work out 5 times a week. Because you'll aim for 5, not do it, then not feel good enough, and then that's why you won't continue. Whereas if you aim for 1,
do it, you'll be like, yeah, I did it. And then, do you know what I mean? It gives you that reward. Another thing I want to add is, it's not going to be easy. You got to want it enough. Stop making excuses. You're going to have to sacrifice your Chinese. Boo-hoo. It's hard. It takes time. It's not going to happen overnight. Be patient. I'm still not where I want to be. But progress happens, but it takes time.
But moving on to the confidence thing, I didn't just lose this weight and go, oh, I love myself, great. Oh, I'm so happy. No, quite the opposite. In fact, I think I've developed other problems. I've learned through Instagram, I'm not the only one. But basically, you know how I said that I didn't notice I was getting big? And I've spent my whole life being a very similar weight. It's like I now lack trust in what I see in the mirror. I'll wake up and I'm like, yeah, oh my God, damn girl. And then I'm like, oh no. Like, what about if you're seeing it wrong? What about if you actually are the same girl you was in 2021 and you can't see it? Like, my boyfriend calls me a body shamer.
Not you guys, didn't mean you guys.
I know that what I'm thinking is kind of nuts. I'm like, oh, but what if? Because you couldn't trust yourself in 2021, so how can you trust yourself now? There's two little miniature me's. One of them is the real me and the other one is this bitch that's come in and taken over my body. And they're fighting right now, okay? Fighting to the death. And we're gonna kill this little bitch over here because she's negative. We don't like her.
Typical of me to fluff it up and make it sound like a fun little walk in the park. Some days were actually really bad, okay? So, if you are also tapped in the head like me, take progress pictures. Not only for motivation, because oh my God, seeing you have actually made progress is so motivational to make more progress. But when you're thinking madness, like I'm still the tubby little fat bitch that I was, and then you see, oh my God, no, I'm not, I'm a sexy big butty girl. It's rewarding, you know?
And for the less negative side of post weight loss, loved it on New Year's, being able to order clothes and I put them on and actually liking myself in the style that I wanted to wear and not just buying something that makes me not feel chubby.
I think my negative evil twin was filming that day because why the hell was that my only positive? There's loads. I have more energy. I feel better in my body, my mind, my soul. Because I'm keeping promises to myself with exercise and other things, I then keep promises in other areas and say I'm going to do things and actually do them. Did I say I've got more energy? I've got that. You're probably watching these videos like, God, you've got more energy than my 3-year-old. You don't need any more. Just loads of things, really. 10 out of 10 recommend. And I'm not a fat, tubby little bitch anymore. Unless I look in the mirror and my eyes physically don't know what they're looking at and think I am. But other than that,
I don't even know if I've answered the things that you wanted to know. So if I haven't, comment any questions below. That's it. Give the video a thumbs up. Subscribe. See you later. You chubby little bitches. I'm joking, that was a joke. Bye.